Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Yo, let's talk about Trick Williams. So Trick Williams is currently the TNA champion. He's still signed to NXT. Trick Williams is pretty much the face of NXT at this point, right? Obviously, Obafemi is the champion, but it still feels like Trick Williams is the champion because, I think he's the first WWE champion to win a TNA title. You know what I'm saying? And this guy just has all of the tools to be a superstar. I already look at him like a superstar, but obviously it's not going to be solidified until he moves up to the main roster, which is Raw or Smackdown. And that has to translate to the main roster, right? Obviously his theme song is incredible. The guy's a tank, extremely athletic, you know what I'm saying? And not only is he a good in-ring wrestler, but he's entertaining, bro. And I think that's what so many of the young stars that's on the main roster is missing. A guy like Braun Breaker, right? Athletic, has the best spear in wrestling history, in my opinion, right? But other than that, he's not entertaining on the mic. You barely see Braun Breaker talk. All you see him do is bark like a dog. I hear any dogs barking out there? That's all he does. You know what I'm saying? He has to work on his mic skills. Trick Williams, he already has that tool in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Many people are comparing him to Booker T. I would say he's like Booker T mixed with The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to say he's as funny as The Rock, but he's very natural, very entertaining, and he knows what to say to cut a promo, bro. He doesn't shy away from the moment. You don't see Trick Williams get on the mic and say something cringy or say something that doesn't make any sense. He knows exactly what to say to get the fans pumped up. You know what I'm saying? And ever since he beat Joe Hendry for that TNA title, bro, I feel like Trick Williams has elevated to another level. You know what I'm saying? Trick Williams he was on All American. So Trick Williams is now in his TV show bag. Eventually he's going to be doing movies. And it's time for this guy to move up. Now, a lot of people are asking, why hasn't Trick Williams moved up to the main roster yet? He's 31 years old. He's going to be 32 next year, right? Listen, what you guys got to understand is, bro, is the reason why Trick Williams has become a star is because he has been booked the right way. You look at how Shawn Michaels had him win the title, right? Look how he lost the title. He lost the title to Obafemi. And it makes sense because Obafemi is a beast, right? He's taller than Trick Williams. He's bigger than Trick Williams. The dude is just a beast, bro. You know what I'm saying? It made sense for him to lose that title to Obafemi. But then Shawn Michaels had him take the title from Joe Hendry. Right? Joe Hendry has a lot of buzz, bro. He had the match with Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I believe in Joe Hendry. You know what I'm saying? Trick Williams beating Joe Hendry. That was the perfect thing to do because now he's a champion again. And now a lot of people that are fans of Joe Hendry, now they might be a fan of Trick Williams. Now, listen, I'm expecting Trick Williams to get drafted to Smackdown. Because the WWE draft is coming up. Obviously, some stars on NXT like Stephanie Valkyrie, Julia, they already have been moved up before the draft, right? But, guys, do you honestly think that Triple H is going to book Trick Williams how he should be booked on the main roster? You look at Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes went from being an NXT champion to being a main roster jobber. A majority of matches that Carmelo Hayes has wrestled since he's moved up to SmackDown, he's lost the majority of his matches, right? The most credible thing that he's done so far is win the Andre the Giant tournament. He got the little Andre the Giant chain. That means absolutely nothing. Because at the end of the day, you don't get a title shot for winning the Andre the Giant tournament. Carmelo Hayes hasn't won an Intercontinental Championship yet. He hasn't won a Tag Team Championship yet. He hasn't won the United States Championship yet. He didn't even win a match to compete in what's it called? Money in the Bank. And by the way, guys, have you noticed that Carmelo Hayes hasn't wrestled since he lost that match qualifier to participate in Money in the Bank? Remember, Andrade was the one that won? Carmelo Hayes hasn't wrestled since. He still makes appearances. He's still on Smackdown. You still see him backstage, but he hasn't had any matches. You know what that lets me know? That lets me know that Triple H doesn't have any plans for Carmelo Hayes right now. And where's The Miz at? The Miz, ever since The Miz voiced his opinion about he didn't like the fact that R-Truth was released before he got brought back, The Miz has kind of been ghosted as well. Now, what should happen is Trick Williams should be drafted to SmackDown, and Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes should become tag team partners, and they should become tag team champions, because that's what they were in NXT, and it makes sense for them to do it on the main roster. Now, obviously, they have to squash whatever beef they got, because remember, on Carmelo Hayes' way out, he lost the title to Trick Williams, right? So you could have a situation where Carmelo Hayes is cutting a promo and then Trick Williams comes out and interrupts him, and, you know, they have some type of match together. You know, it could be a one-on-one scenario where a tag team or somebody that's a part of a tag team group comes out and interrupts them, and then you set up the tag team match with Trick Williams and Carmelo versus another tag team couple, right? You can have a situation where you have the New Day versus Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. Obviously, the New Day isn't champions anymore. They lost it to Finn Balor and JD McNuggets, right? But I think that's the best case scenario, man. Have Trick and Carmelo get back together, and I say after 6 months to a year, have Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes start beefing again. You break the group up, and then you have both guys go on a solo championship run. You know? But I swear to God, man, I don't think that Triple H is going to do the right thing for Trick Williams on the main roster, bro. Now, obviously, the positive thing is Booker T is pretty much in Trick Williams' corner, right? Trick Williams is co-signed by Booker T, right? Booker T trains with him. Booker T hyped up his theme song that really got his buzz going. You know what I'm saying? Trick Williams is going to have Booker T in his corner, you know, helping him be booked the right way. But guys, Booker T ain't gonna stop Triple H from ruining Trick Williams. You just don't. We know what we're getting from Triple H, guys. We know what we're getting. Triple H has his favorites, right? Now, I will say this. Triple H does like when a guy gets a big pop from his theme song. You saw Jey Uso. Nobody expected Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble last year. And a lot of that was because of his yeet movement, his theme song, him yeeting with the crowd. That helped Jey Uso become a World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. But once he won that championship, what happened? He lost it after a little less than 2 months. A little less than 2 months. And if Trick Williams moves up to the main roster and he's just booked to lose matches, all of that buzz is going to die down. And that's the worst thing that can happen to Trick Williams. I'd much rather have Trick Williams stay on NXT and TNA, and then when his contract is up, he goes to AEW and gets booked correctly, than to see Trick Williams move up to the main roster and just get booked as a jobber and just lose his matches like her. I would hate to see that happen for Trick Williams, bro. And I think that's exactly what Triple H would do. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Trick Williams has voiced that, you know, going on Raw and SmackDown is one of his dreams. He will be moving up to the main roster sooner than later. But listen, man, Trick Williams has all of the tools to become a superstar. He has all of the tools to be a future World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Undisputed Champion. This guy's incredible, man. I don't look at him how I look at Booker T. I think Trick Williams is his own man, bro. Trick Williams is just... he's got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's got it, bro. He can cut a promo. He can wrestle. Athletic. You know what I'm saying? All he needs is to be booked properly, bro. And as long as Triple H is in the position he's in, I don't know if he's going to have much success on Raw or SmackDown. So let me know what you guys think about this video, man. Do you guys think Trick Williams should go to Raw or SmackDown? Because I was also thinking about this. I also think it'll be good if Trick Williams went to Raw and you have Trick Williams just pretty much just do his thing on Raw, bro. Have him win the Intercontinental Championship from Dirty Dom, and just have Trick Williams just do his thing solo. You know? He doesn't have to become tag team partners with Carmelo Hayes again. But I just think it makes sense because when you look at what's going on with Carmelo Hayes, if Carmelo Hayes continues on the path that he's on right now, bro, he's eventually going to be released from the... Let's just call it what it is, bro. Carmelo Hayes is on the verge of eventually being released by the WWE, bro. Because you can't keep saying Melo don't miss when you lose every match. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep saying Melo don't miss when every time we see you wrestle, bro, you're losing, bro. It's sad to see, bro. It's very sad to see, bro. But it's your boy Wavy. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Subscribe, leave a comment. I'm out.